Good evening. It's Sunday, March 3rd, 2024. I'll be looking at the futures, Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ futures, as well as Ethereum, Solana, and Bitcoin. So I'm looking at the US Tech 100 cash, NASDAQ 100 futures. And I'm thinking since last Friday there was a late day slide of about 40 points. We might ABC into a gap down by the open, and it might touch 18,270 approximately, where the previous four actually 18,000. Let's see, previous four was 18,279. So we might test that at the open, but it could be a follow through rally that reverses and goes positive if that happens. S&P is negative right now. Let's go to the S&P 500 futures. 50-minute chart. Previous four is about 51.30, so we're actually gapping down to the level right now. I'm thinking we might ABC to around 51.25. 51.20 and then reverse and go positive and follow through in the third wave. Still plenty of third wave left. I think NASDAQ's got another 200 points of upside. S&P's got another 50 points of upside at least in the third wave right now. The Dow is futures are down 52 in the 50-minute chart. An ABC would target like 38,950. So the Dow futures might drop 100 at the open, but reverse and go positive. I'm thinking the dip buyers will step in there and start buying. So we might gap down to the futures by the open. I'm fine with that because I love gap down C waves that are shallow, so I can jump in there with a day trade. I was thinking NVDL, SMCI I was thinking about too, but it's kind of a dangerous stock. I got whacked recently by SMCI, but I made a lot of it back. Actually, I broke even. I was actually down 9,000 last Friday, or excuse me, a week ago. About a few days ago, I was down $9,000, and I crawled all the way back to break even. And most of it had to do with the fact that I was trading NVDL, the double ETF for NVIDIA, and SMCI. I was holding on to about 20 shares, and it rallied to 1,000. So I made a lot of it back. So my favorite stocks right now are I usually trade TQQQ, SOXL, and NVDL. SMCI, I was thinking about because of the inclusion to the S&P 500 it rallied 120 points last Friday on the inclusion of S&P 500. All right. Now, actually, I have a target. Let me look at SMCI real quick. I have a long-term target. SMCI's target is actually pretty insane. Let's go to the 5-year chart, 6-month chart of SMCI. It just recently started going crazy. I mean, this is like the most bonkers stock right now. Very dangerous, but very rewarding if you catch the right wave. Because the recent correction was a wave 2, and the last print was like 1030 or 1019. So it's going to take out 1,000 at the if it gaps up above 1,000 by 4 a.m. Eastern time. And long-term target is actually pretty insane because it traveled 800 points in the third wave, in a wave 1, and then wave 2 dropped down to 700, and then a wave 3. If we can clear 1077, 800 times 1.618 is about 1,300. So my target is $2,000 for SMCI. If it takes out 1077, which is probably Gonna happen tomorrow. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick. This podcast's got plenty of time left, so I still have time to dissect the Bitcoin real-time chart here. Such a dickhead. Right. My brother is like a crazy gamer. He plays like Call of Duty every night, and he screams and he destroys shit, and every night I have to deal with that shit. So if you hear some guy screaming in the background, that's my brother playing the video game. It's really annoying. Like, he like literally just doesn't care how loud he is. So I just play my music as loud as I can usually. Alright. Let's look at the 7-day chart of Bitcoin. Oh, it just broke out. Holy shit. It just broke out. So 64,000 was the breakout. Or actually 63,000 was the breakout. But my target is 67,000, and that's it. Because I was looking at 2.618 target in the third wave. Let me see. Let me double check to make sure I'm correct there. Actually, 345. So recently it dropped from 47,000 to 40,000 in ABC in the fourth wave. So this is the bubble fifth wave, in my opinion. But it does have 5 waves up. That's kind of freaky. To be honest, I would not touch Bitcoin right now. I mean, 67,000 is like $3,000 away. It really isn't worth jumping in if the target is 67,000, because it could drop back to 50,000 in a heartbeat. Like, I've seen that before with Bitcoin. It's like literally in a flash, 20% of your gains are gone. So I'm not a fan of Bitcoin at these levels at all. Because the rarest target for a third wave is 2.618, and $67,000 is the target based on 2.618. Ethereum, on the other hand, looks pretty good. It's in a third wave. Actually, it could be a fifth wave. It's really hard to tell here based on the 1-year chart. But I'm thinking you can hit 4,200 before it corrects in a big way. But Bitcoin, I bet you Bitcoin is going to hit 67,000, and then Ethereum will catch up to that level to around 4,200 before correcting in a big way. But the freakiest crypto right now is Solana. That is like, I've never seen anything like this. So if you go back 1 year, this thing was trading at $10 fucking dollars. Just a year ago. Back in June of last year, it was just $10, and then this explosive 15,000% gain. It could be, I don't know what percentage it is, but it's a lot. But a third wave could make it go back to 250. But yeah, I would see, I could see that. I can see 250 in Solana, because it just broke out above 120. Top of the first wave, and is in a third wave right now, and that's pretty insane. I'm gonna take a look at my my former holding, Trillium. I had 1.5 million Trillium at one point. It was worth, back in the day, the highest price was $7.14. So for a brief 24-hour period, I was worth about $10 million. And then it sank at the open when it got listed on Binance. It dropped from $7 to like 50 cents. I was so disappointed. I was like, but I still had a lot of money. It was still a good amount. It was like $500,000 in Trillium. But now it's 3 cents. So it's worth a lot less than that. But it was actually 0.009, less than a cent like a year ago, and it's tripled in value. But I just don't think some of these altcoins really have a chance, to be honest. But there's a chance right now. But Trillium going back to $1, I really doubt it. So yeah, it was worth $10 million at one point, and then it went down to zero almost. I'm not as rich as I'm not as rich as you guys think. I'm not a millionaire anymore. I was for a fleeting moment. I was $10 million richer, and then now it's not the same anymore because I went through a lot of pain in the past 2 years, and I'm coming back and day trading $250,000 right now, and I'm doing pretty well. I'm up like 50% in the past 6 months, so I could double the account by the end of the year. Let's see, I got 4 minutes left. What am I gonna look at here? I'm gonna take a look at Litecoin. I'm curious what happened there. Litecoin really didn't do anything. That's sad. Yeah, it didn't, but it could turn to a third wave though. Let me see. It's got to take out 97, which is pretty close. So if it clears 97, I can see it go back to like 130-ish. But I don't know about 360 or 350. So game plan, to be honest, if I saw a gap down in a C wave tomorrow morning, it's probably TQQQ as usual, or NVDL, depending on how NVIDIA gaps up tomorrow. That's a wrap.